Thank you so much for staying with us. Now, let's take you through updates from the stock market, where the Nigeria Exchange closed on a negative note amid sell-offs and buy interest as a benchmark all-share index depreciated by 35 basis points. The Nigeria Exchange all-share index closed at 52,756.62 basis points to reflect a decline of 0.35% from the previous trading day and a year-to-date return of 23.5%. Meanwhile, the market capitalization declined by 101.07 billion naira. At the close of market on Tuesday, the 17th of May 2022, the stock exchange market value currently stands at 28.44 trillion naira at the end of the trading day. The market breadth closed negative as PZ led 21 gainers and 27 losers, topped by Flour Mill at the end of the day session. The stock market has advanced 10,040.18 basis points since the start of the year. Market sentiment trended towards the bears, with the market differential being in favor of the decliners as 21 gainers were surpassed by 27 losers. Now we'll look at the market summary, where the all-share index closed at 52,756.62 basis points at 6,449 deals traded, and the volume was put at 1.32 billion, and the value stood at 7.72 billion naira, while the market capitalization closed at 28.44 trillion naira. And now we'll take you to the top gainers of the day, where we see PZ topping that list with a 9.96% increase to close at 13 naira 25 kobo. Beja followed suit with a 9.72% increase to close at 7 naira 90 kobo, while Northern Nigeria Flour Mills also had a 9.63% increase to close at 11 naira 95 kobo. And then we see MNI Chills also closing at 1 naira 61 kobo. That's a 9.52% increase. And also we're taking now to the losers to see those who were on the bearish trend yesterday. And of course, topping that list is the Flour Mills, also gaining or losing 9.2% to close at 37 naira. And GlaxoSmith also lost 8.39% to close at 6 naira 55 kobo. And also Japal Gold lost 6.25% to close at 30 kobo, while Champion lost 6.09% to close at 3 naira 94 or 70 kobo rather. All right, joining us to discuss this further is Ambrose Omodion, our in-house analyst. He is the Chief Research Officer at Invest Data Consultant Limited, to help us better understand what happened in the market yesterday. Thank you so much for joining us, Ambrose.
Yeah, thanks for having me again. Yeah.
Now, we see the Nigeria Exchange closing on a negative note amid sell-offs and buy interest as the benchmark all-share index depreciated by 35 basis points. What's your take on this development?
Yeah, actually, we are not surprised seeing the market on this move, because I said it yesterday that markets have rallied for almost more than 20 days on a positive note. Then what we saw yesterday was as a result of profit-taking activities from those high cap stocks and medium cap stocks that really gained during the rally. And don't forget that in equity investment, taking profit is part and parcel of the market. That means when you see profit-taking activity in the market, that should not set panic, unless when you go beyond a certain level, that is where you say it's a sell-off situation. But to speak now, what we saw yesterday is just an extension of Monday profit-taking that happened yesterday. But I believe that going through the week and also after the MPC meeting, we might see a reverse in the trend. But this should not send anything negative to any investor. Rather, take the opportunity to cash out your profit and wait for another strong support level to jump back again. This is how to trade in the market. This happening is expected because when markets have really created value for investors or created wealth for them, they are about to cash out that wealth or value from the market.
Let's look at the top gainers. Of course, we saw PZ topping that list with a gain of 1 naira 20 kobo, while Flour Mill topped the list of losers, starting from the shares of PZ. We see that PZ was one of the gainers of the day. But what do you think is driving this rally?
If you see, I think it tells you that investors in Nigeria, like I always say, they are really understand how to trade the market effectively and efficiently. We have the stock of PZ as May at the year end. That means at the end of this month, we expect PZ to release their unaudited accounts in the month of June. And this is we have gone more than half of the month of May. Investors and traders that understand how to invest with using earnings lead are already taking advantage of the expected full year results for PZ, knowing that their unaudited will come in the first 30 days of June. When it comes and it is positive, to also give the insight of kind of dividend if you expect at the end of the day, knowing that PZ has come out from its loss and decline position since last year, that results are becoming impressive, and they also grow their last dividend payout. That is what is driving PZ. Yeah.
Okay, let's look at the losers. Of course, flour mill topped that list, the list of the losers, and there is an ongoing acquisition. But how is that going, and why did the stock shed some gains yesterday? We saw it losing 3.75 kobo.
Yeah, for flour mill Nigeria, we're not surprised in that, because also during the week we have seen flour mill going up rapidly because of the positive trend in the market. On that note, people are taking profit on that stock. And don't forget that also flour mill has a March as their financial year, and that means any moment from now we expect flour mill to kind of release their full year results. And if the results come, we expect it to also influence the result, the price positively if the results beat market expectation. And don't forget that because of what is happening in Ukraine and Russia, most of the companies that are into production of bread, because of high cost of wheat, because they also have impacted the high cost of flour too. We expect to see how the result of flour mill, Northern Nigeria flour mill, Honeywell, to see how they look like. That will give investors an insight to what they should do in that regard. But as far that company Nigerians have gone ahead to do backward integration, if flour mill Nigeria, Northern Nigeria and the Honeywell have done that, we don't expect much effect on them, because they have sourced the raw material locally. For the results of these companies to give us an insight what has happened, and that also inform the investing public decision what to do going to the future. Yeah.
Well, FCMB was the most traded stock by volume. That's about 58.55%, and that represents 775.9 million. And then we saw that's about 2 naira or 2.96 billion naira by value. This figure was recorded in one day. What advantage do you think this stock has?
So FCMB in recent times has been the news in terms of volume traded. But if you look at their payout, yes, it's okay. But in terms of volume traded, we are seeing it coming out from FCMB. And that will give us an insight that something is happening in FCMB. Knowing that this volume that as of yesterday is a buy volume, not a sell volume, that means something is happening. But for investors to take advantage of this volume, because volume gives you an idea. Because when a company volume traded is increasing and price is increasing, it says that something is happening. But when volume is increasing and price is decreasing, they also give you another interpretation. From what we are seeing now, I said that investors should watch FCMB carefully to know exactly what is happening. That is what we got. Volume coming out from the top is an entrepreneur to see what is happening, and that will inform your decision. For me, a good volume was seen in FCMB is a good one. But let investors look at where is it going. Is it a negative volume or a positive volume? For me, the positive volume as yesterday, so that the price was around the 3.80 transaction, and the price was stable. We have the price. As from today, we know the impact of that volume on the price of the FCMB. Yeah.
Let's talk about the positive record, which was, of course, followed by Jay's Bank and Transcorp. Let's talk about the stocks. What do you think is responsible by this, or responsible for this rally?
No, for me, Jay's Bank is becoming attractive, being a low cap stock in the financial sector, well, in the banking sector. That is being with their numbers. I think that Jay's is being okay, because if you look at the numbers that they are kind of sending to the public, it says that this company, this bank is doing well. For me, Jay's is attractive. Also, the business model of Jay's, knowing that there is an interest-free bank, but still able to pay dividend since they listed on their chain, and the price has moved from as low as 60 to almost 90 to the listed. For me, it's a good thing for their use. Yeah.
Well, let's also look at the GlaxoSmith, the shares of GlaxoSmith shedding about 60 kobo to close at 6 naira 55 kobo. That's from 7 naira 15 kobo, which it closed earlier. Why do we have this sentiment?
No, for GSK or GlaxoSmith, as you just mentioned, they just copy taking. This is all that move from as low as 5 naira 50 kobo to almost 8 naira 80 kobo. That means what you are seeing in the market or in the stock now is just purely profit taking in GSK or GlaxoSmith. For me, there's no problem. And don't forget that there's also a fundamental positive news for the industry or the sector where it operates. For me, that's what investors should look at. Where will be the good, price to position back in GSK? Because when those news start, manifesting and start, happening and changing the whole sector, GSK or GlaxoSmith will be part of the company that will benefit from that positivity. For me, let's look for a strong support level where you thought them cannot jump back into GSK. That is the best to do. What is happening, there's no fundamental issue there. It's just profit taking because the company performance has improved. Looking at their first quarter earnings that came from GSK, for me, it's not a problem. It's just profit taking that we're seeing in Bicham now.
We also see some form of decline recorded in the stock of Champion. What kind of support do you think it enjoys at this level?
I think you come again with the question.
We see that the stocks of Champion also declined. What support level do you think the shares enjoy at this point?
It's not only Champion. If you look at all the business companies for the past trading this last week, Thursday, Friday, and this week, yesterday and Monday, they're profit taking in that sector. And don't forget that it's that sector again that push the consumer goods up to as high as even 7.5 in the previous week because of their rally. But now that people are seeing that they make profit, they are not catching out their profit. That's why we're seeing stuff like International Brewery, Guinness, Nigeria Brewery, and Champion Brewery. They are all just taking profit on them. For like 2 days now, we're seeing that Nigeria Brewery has been flat. Why the Guinness has been on the dance because of taking International Brewery dance. And then what is happening to Champion is not surprised because the same trend of profit taking. Yeah.
So what should we expect? What are your expectations for the rest of the week?
Like I said earlier, during the week that we expect a weak trend this week. We have seen the inflation figure that will inform where funds will be praying to ahead of NPC meeting next week, more than today. Then, if investors see opportunity that the inflation figure is still on the rise, they need to also where can they hedge against this inflation? Which sector of the market can they hedge against that? They know that at the end of the day, despite the high cost of production, that is also what is going to this cost push inflation we are seeing. How a company passes cost to their consumers or their customers, if that is what they are looking for, the not target sectors that you know that their returns or their yields are above the inflation. I believe that once the market goes to a good support level, that will also trigger another buying opportunity that will turn the market. As I said, market likely to be mixed for this week. For today, already this morning, we're seeing market in gain. Let's whether market to sustain that gain to the end of the day.
Oh, well, thank you so much, Ambrose Amodion, for the rich analysis this morning. Ambrose Amodion is Chief Research Officer, Invest Data Consultant Limited, and he's been talking to us about the market, the stock market performance yesterday.